But first, the breaking news on Capitol Hill. The so-called big, beautiful bill just failed to clear the House Budget Committee. Now, this is the legislative package that is expected to deliver President Trump's domestic priorities. President Trump earlier today posting to Truth Social saying Republicans must unite behind the one big, beautiful bill. We don't need grandstanders in the Republican Party. Stop talking and get it done. The proposed bill includes cuts to Medicaid and food stamps. It's part of an effort to slash spending by at least $880 billion to help pay for tax cuts. Now, two key votes came from these Republican Congress members, Representatives Ralph Norman and Chip Roy. They are two conservatives who say the cuts just don't go far enough. Other Republican no votes came from Representatives Clyde and Brackeen.
On the vote, there were 16 ayes and 21 noes.
Well, the noes have it. The committee stands in recess, subject to the call of the chair. I want to thank everybody for their time and patience, and Godspeed and safe travels.
Okay, so here now is CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small. Taurean, walk us through what happened here.
Yeah, so those four voted no because they had some pretty critical disagreements with the state of the bill. Most of them believed that those spending cuts didn't go deep enough, and they're also part of the House Freedom Caucus. I should also point out that one other Republican voted no. In his words, though, this was a strategic change. It was out of procedural reasons in the hope that they could eventually get the votes at a later date to pass this bill and not completely kill it. That's Lloyd Smucker. He just put out, talked to our team on the Hill, and he said that he believes ideally he could get that vote or get the votes needed to pass this bill on Monday. That's still TBD. That's out of the way. Right now, though, what we're looking at is the conflict in terms of where the party is when it comes to this bill. Like I said, Representative Chip Roy was one of the leading members defecting with the party because he believes these spending cuts aren't deep enough, especially as it relates to Medicaid. That's a big issue for quite a few moderate Republicans who had concerns that it would negatively impact their constituents. He's saying, however, those cuts don't go deep enough considering the $3.8 trillion price tag that comes with extending the 2017 Trump tax cuts.
Okay, so what happens now that the vote has failed? I mean, I know the goal was to get it passed before the Memorial Day weekend. Is that going to even be possible?
Yeah, we're waiting to get an updated timeline from leadership to see if that's still possible. Again, Smucker believes if they can come back and vote it out of committee favorably on Monday, then they could line up with that Memorial Day weekend timeline that House Speaker Mike Johnson initially set. If that doesn't happen, no, it's TBD. That will likely mean these bills have to go through their respective committees again in order to match up or line up with where these House Freedom Caucus members would like to see these deeper cuts happen. We also know that the House Freedom Caucus put out a statement not too long ago saying that they are working in good faith with leadership to continue these negotiations. And Congressman Roy did warn that this committee should recess before a vote happens to avoid this embarrassment. As it stands now, though, staff have informed us that members, outside of those members, were told to go home for the weekend. So we'll see where things stand when they get a fresh look at this on Monday.
So have we heard from any senators in this process at all?
Yeah, it's unclear even if this did pass favorably out of committee and this went to the floor for a vote and it passed the full chamber, that there would be enough support from Republican senators. Rand Paul of Kentucky has come out and said that he didn't believe that the spending cuts were deep enough. And then you also have some usual suspects like Mitch McConnell, Susan Collins, and Lisa Murkowski, who have defected from the party before when it comes to Trump's agenda. There's also Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri, who put out an op-ed last week saying that Republicans should be cautious about any cuts to Medicaid, especially considering this is essentially cutting about $880 billion over the next 10 years. So we'll see whether or not the negotiations changes that happen on that side of the chamber will then get to this side, and then it would be satisfactory enough to get the consensus needed in order for it to go through.
Yeah, they're going to need every single Republican vote to get this thing passed. Taurean Small, live for us on Capitol Hill. Have a great weekend. Always good to see you.